With the new Super Mario Wonders game coming out, it had a lot to unpack, so I wanted to go through it all and get my thoughts and opinion, and also do my first ever kind of gaming review type thing and see how it goes. So when it comes to all the gameplay video stuff, it's from the Nintendo Direct directly. It is one of those things that I'm not being sponsored by it. I'm doing this solely for fun and give my honest thoughts and opinions on it. So no sponsorship, no nothing to worry about. Or yet, Nintendo, call me. So when it comes to this game, you are not in the Mushroom Kingdom. You're actually in a completely new place called the Flower Kingdom, which is supposedly nearby. So one thing we now know about Mario lore is that there's multiple kingdoms near it, especially since we've gone through it in the way there's the baby Mario, but I can't remember the name of the game. So like usual, Bowser comes, takes their power magical source, these big, beautiful psychedelic flowers, fuses with what we assume to be the Prince's Castle, turns into a giant Bowser Castle thing, and starts wreaking havoc. It's not like Bowser's actually been transformed, brainwashed before, has it? Leave. No. This is the first time this has happened. But it's obvious that this is going to be a classic Mario game with a few changes, which again is a thing I am not complaining about. It seems to be going each different area, different biomes, get the flag at the end where you get a seed instead of like a mushroom or a life or anything, beat a boss ever so often, beat Bowser, game's done. But there is a lot of new things I want to talk about, and that's why I wanted to make this video. So we're starting off with, when it comes to this game, there are 7 areas, 7 sections, 7 levels, whatever you would like to call it. But if you just got a map view of it, you would think it's still the Mushroom Kingdom. There's not really much changes. You have your classic desert, snow, and stuff like that. The only huge really difference I've seen is that the prince is a worm, and that the tribe is flower people. That's the biggest notable change. But there is also places like,
your adventure begins among the tubular hills of Pipe Rock Plateau. Once you get past the freezing foot of the mountain, you'll be aiming for new heights in Fluff Puff Peaks. Many trials await amidst the picturesque scenery and radiant cascades of shining falls. Traverse multiple islands, dive into the sea, and spelunk through caves at the heart of the Flower Kingdom, the Petal Isles. There's also an arid desert with white sand as far as the eye can see, an uncanny forest lined with giant mushrooms, a scorching hot world full of molten magma, and more. A rich variety of courses await in each world.
One thing they did add, which I really do like, is that in certain sections, you don't have to do the levels starting from the first one to the last one. It is like an open world section like in 3D World. However, where in 3D World you have to pick the order, you can do whatever levels in that section in any order whenever you want. But they added in talking flowers throughout the level, which again, in your first playthrough I can see as entertaining, finding out what they say, maybe giving you hints and stuff. But when you're like trying to speedrun the game or playing it for the second or third time, I can find them getting very, not boring, but very annoying very fast.
You might notice some talking flowers. Get close and...
onward and upward. How'd you get up here? What a pretty sunset.
They'll talk to you, livening up your adventure.
I wonder what Goombas taste like.
They might give you hints.
Wonder if you can get over there.
Or coins.
You'd share your water with me?
So this is the biggest lineup I think when it comes to a Mario game, with a total of 12 playable characters. But there is a catch, only 7 of them play normally. And those 7 are...
Besides Mario, you can also play as... Luigi, Peach, Daisy, one of 2 Toads, and Toadette.
The other 5 is 4 Yoshis and a Nabbit. The 4 Yoshis are different colours, but to be truthfully honest, in my opinion, I think they should have kept the green one as one of the normal ones, and then the rest being where you don't take damage, and the only way you can actually lose a life as playing as one of the Yoshis or Nabbit is by falling. So it's kind of an easier mode for children or trying to play with a partner that's not good at Mario. Not saying that I do that.
The Yoshis and Nabbit, on the other hand, won't take damage. They're a great choice if you're looking for a more easygoing experience. Careful though, they'll still lose a life if they fall down a pit, so watch your step.
They added a fair few amount of new enemies, so much that they couldn't even actually show them all in this trailer. But there are some that I really do enjoy, starting off with the Hopcaps. These are actually very entertaining and actually probably have some form of, not difficulty, but you could probably do some cool things with it. You do see in the trailer that there's one in a pipe underneath you, and every time you jump, it jumps and it's able to become kind of like a cannon that the ball comes back. Then there is melon piranha plants, which again, I don't see much of a threat. I don't really see them as an enemy. They're either going to be really good for speedrunners for using the melon seeds as a kind of jump pad, or they're going to get in the way for the exact same reason and slow people down. But as an actual enemy, the only way I can see them really damaging you is if you run into the seeds or run into them, and they seem easy enough to either wait for or dodge. The new bird enemies, again, don't seem really good in my opinion. They just seem like thorps, whatever they're called, the stones with the face on it, except for these go in any direction, and kind of only once, where the other ones will go back slowly. These hit into the wall and get stuck. But they did a new cool design called Quarks, which is kind of like a thought, but it moves and then goes down. I really do like that, and I really do like their design. And then there's a character or enemy that I didn't really see as a threat starting off, and then I kind of seen them as these could potentially ruin speedrunners, and they're called mummies or mummies. You can only really hurt them from grabbing their thread by behind and then pulling it, which I could see making them people lose a second or two. Don't really see them as a threat. They are really cool and have a really good design though. And then there's my favorite enemies called Momos. They're absolutely adorable, and I love how they run and chase you. I do kind of see these be a little fun thing, especially if you're playing with someone that's younger or someone that finds these stuff entertaining. I can picture someone screaming while trying to run away from these. These are possibly, maybe, will depend when the game's out, one of my favorite enemies probably now in Mario.
There are plenty more new enemies for you to discover as well. Goombas, Koopa Troopas, Boos, Locky-Toos, and other familiar foes are also here.
But the most exciting thing for me is the new power-ups. I absolutely love new power-ups when it comes to Mario games, and there's a lot of power-ups in here, starting with your mama or the elephant. This is one of those things that the meme community is absolutely going to love. The amount of jokes that's going to be made, and actually looking at it, seeing what the elephants do is actually quite a good power-up.
In elephant form, make the most of your nose and your size. Swing your trunk to attack enemies, destroy blocks, and even do this. In this form, you can easily break through blocks and dash across large gaps. See? If you store water in your trunk and spray it out, who knows what might happen?
Thank you. That trunk sure is useful, huh?
Then there's one that I absolutely love, and I've seen a few speedrunners say they're going to love it, which is the bubble jump. Yes, it is really cool for what it does. However, the biggest thing is that you can make the bubbles platformers and get into places that most people can't. This power-up is rather going to make or break the game, kind of like the blue shell did in New Super Mario for the DS.
The bubble form allows you to blow light, floating bubbles. They can be used to capture and defeat enemies from a distance. They'll also drift toward nearby foes. You can take care of enemies surrounding you in one go, defeat typically impervious foes, and knock out baddies on the other side of walls. You can even jump off them, like platforms. Bubbles make it a bit easier to get to those hard-to-reach places. Just like that.
Then there is the drill. The drill's really good, especially with how much variation they gave you. It lets you hide from enemies, find secret locations, and you can dig up or down and destroy kind of the really difficult enemies that are untouchable in any other way. This is a really good power-up. I actually like all three. Great additions to the new Mario lineup.
While in drill form, you'll get a pretty nifty drill. This makes dealing with spiky or hard-headed enemies a breeze. Or you can use it to drill down. It also allows you to burrow and move through the ground. In a tough spot, dig away. You can even burrow into the ceiling.
Whoa! I wasn't expecting company.
But probably the coolest thing is the wonder scenes. These are additional levels or bonus levels that you get by getting one of these plants, and have a variation of different things that you get to try out. New levels, new areas to explore, new game modes, and like Mario, it shows on the trailer that Mario becomes like 20 different things. That is, again, over abbreviation, but I do like how they added that in, and I do think that this game looks absolutely amazing.
When you touch a wonder flower in a course, a wonder effect will trigger, causing some interesting changes. Pipes might start moving. A stampede of enemies can appear. The terrain may tilt. You could end up in a free fall. Bubbles might, bubble up. Your perspective can change. Or you might float through space. There are even wonders where your character transforms. Mario might become a Goomba? Or a spike ball? Or blow up like a balloon? When you touch a wonder flower, always expect the unexpected. Collect a wonder seed, and the course will return to normal.
In this game, you actually bring the prince with you, and throughout the game you're able to collect these things called badges that kind of remind me of the badges from Hollow Knight, except for in Hollow Knight you're allowed to use multiple depending on how many notches you have. On this you're only able to use one, but there is a lot of very good variations. Really good to see. I can't wait to see them all. They do show some off, so I'm going to put them on.
Slow your fall with the parachute cap badge. Enhance your wall jumping abilities with the wall climb jump badge. Unleash a burst of speed while underwater by equipping the dolphin kick badge. You can also break underwater blocks. Charge up a bounding leap with the crouching high jump badge. Shoot vines in midair and stick to walls with the grappling vine badge. Recover from dangerous drops instantly with the safety bounce badge. Easily find important items using the sensor badge. Draw in nearby moolah with the coin magnet badge. Become invisible to your enemies and yourself with the invisibility badge. You will not stop dashing with the jet run badge. And you can run in the air for a bit.
Now, playing together is a classic Mario thing to do. In this you get to play 1 to 4 players. This is a game I would love to play with my partner. We do play a lot of Mario games and Nintendo games, so I'm really excited to see this, and I do see it good for 3 or 4 players. However, they kind of seem to be making it too easy. If you get hit, you become a ghost, and you do not lose a life if you are saved within a 5-second time limit. This I do not really like. But then they added online play, which I really didn't like overall. They did add a few things like people online are allowed to save you and give you items, which again is making it way too easy, because I see this more as that people that helped in Elden Ring, the guy with the pot head, that would be one of the hardest bosses for people that are able to get there, and became kind of infamous, but it kind of seems like that's what they're heading for. And then they added signposts or like the mid-level save point, but anywhere. I really don't like that.
Also place a standee in a course. Standees can revive ghosts, so place them in not so easy areas and help your fellow players. You can purchase standee surprises from the Poplin shops to add more to your collection. You never know which standee you'll get.
But that's everything that came in the new game. I absolutely love this game, cannot wait for it to come out. I will be trying to get it, playing it rather by myself or with my partner. I'll see how it goes. This game comes out on the 20th of October 2023 and I am so delighted for this game. But as always, let me know what you think of this game in the comments down below. Let me know what you think of this review in the comments down below, and I will see you all in the next video. This is my first review, so I'll be starting a playlist, but I will have the original trailer here. I will have a playlist starting where I'm going to be doing game reviews here, and a subscribe button here, and I'll see you all in the next video.